Good morning from a London park in Birmingham. Yes, we have had a wet and miserable start, dark start to the day, coming in on the train into Birmingham. Little ride through some rather deep puddles to get to Cannon Hill Park, where we are today. Last time I was here was actually just before we started filming, October 2021 I think, and it was Iona and I's Pirate Challenge completion, 7 C's and an R. Today I'm back with Ewan, his first time here, and it's his Nendy. We're ticking off and I get the chance to film one that we've not filmed before. See whether he's up front of the PB today? Not so sure in these conditions. But first, let's get to the start and I'll tell you a bit later why it's a London park in Birmingham.
Welcome everybody to anyone who's very first time in the parkrun.
Look at the speed of the first ones.
We are off on Cannon Hill Parkrun, just running past the cafe that we're planning to go to for breakfast afterwards possibly. And it's stopped raining, Ewan.
Yeah,
Have you warmed up yet?
a bit.
A bit. You decided not to go for a PB today. Just do a nice steady one, haven't you? So if you're wondering why Iona's not here, she's had a rough couple of days, not feeling too good. So she stayed at home in the warm and the dry. I always think she's probably the sensible one.
Well,
of
it
us.
might not be the thing you can say, but
Yeah, we have turned the heater off. But certainly the dry. But you and I braved the rain on our bikes this morning and the trains to get here. Thank you, marshals. Midlands Arts Centre that we're running past at the moment is actually built on the site of an old lido. So it used to be a swimming pool just there. Obviously now, Midlands Arts Centre, I've been to many gigs, theatre productions, art and photography gallery displays in there. And you've enjoyed quite a few cups of coffee. Thank you.
Well done.
So the course here is a small lap to begin with, then a bigger lap, which also has a big item back section on it, so we get to enjoy the full length of the park. And when we start that lap, I'll tell you why this is a London park in Birmingham. But first, this little place just up here. What's the story here? So the pub just up here is a 1600s pub. It used to be at Dead End, but the local history society basically moved it, lock, stock and barrel, to here in the park at the early I think late 1800s, early 1900s. And it was a pavilion for the cricket and somewhere to get something to eat. It's fallen into quite a bad disrepair, but they've just started with Historic England restoring it again to its former glory. So maybe next time we come and do a parkrun here, we'll be able to enjoy a coffee in there afterwards. But we're just coming to the end of the first small lap, and then we go around again. So we're on our second lap. So what's the story? Why is this a London parkrun in Birmingham? The story goes, a local lady benefactor and somebody else, I think it was, donated this park to the city as a health and well-being place for the local people. So very happy that we do parkrun here. And she got a chap called Gibson, who was in charge of Hyde Park and various other London parks, to design this park. So this park, if you've ever done Battersea Park, which is one that he designed, you'll be sort of familiar with some of the feel of this park. And then he got all the plants and seeds for the plants from Kew Gardens. See your plants here are from seeds in Kew Gardens. So it's a bit of London transplanted into Birmingham, and it's the biggest park here in Birmingham for people to enjoy. So there you go. When you're running around here, it's as if you're running down in London. Right, let's find the other little secret story about here. So just there, in the background, as we run past, is the Elan Valley. Now I know what you're thinking, Ian, have you gone slightly bonkers? The Elan Valley is in Wales, but just over there is a scale model of the Elan Valley. And of course, built here because the water supply for Birmingham comes from the mountains of Wales and fed by gravity pipe all the way to here in Birmingham. There's a little medal of it there to explore, and most of us just run past it without ever even knowing it's there. Right, back past the Mac again. Thank you, Marshall. I do remember this playground from last time I was here with Iona, so we weren't filming or rating playgrounds then, but it's quite an unusual one. It's basically a whole load of ramps and raised walkways which you sort of wander around. Slightly strange. I remember Iona thinking that at the time. And the faster runners coming back towards us out of the out and back loop. We're just running over the Red Bridge, one of the original features of the park, and running by the river, which is hidden away in a brick culvert just down there, and by the Queen's Walk, which is now basically a long car park, but was originally planted with trees down either side, 250 trees, to commemorate scouts who lost their lives in the war. You can actually see the River Ray by the side of us now. Runs from the southeast to the northwest of the city, and was actually where the original tribe in the 7th century that founded the first dwelling here built it on the river. Of course, as dwellings often were back then. So your history of Birmingham going back to the 7th century. And round we go. Perfect loop designed here for us to run around. Not a little cone with a dead turn. Got a nice steady loop to mark the turn round and back towards Boaty Lake and the Mac. Before, a little sting in the tail on this park run, an uphill finish. And we're on our way back. Thank you, Marshall. As we turn back, just up there, which was where we went past earlier by the pub, you can see the Infinite Wave there, a memorial to people who lost their lives in the Tunisia attacks. 3 more memorials here in the park. There's that one, a new one. There's the, not only were the trees planted in memory of the Scouts, but a bit later on, there was a memorial built somewhere just around here. Can't remember exactly where, but in this area here, is a memorial to the Scouts who lost their lives in the First World War. And then over the far side, where we were running around before, is the Boer Memorial to those who lost their lives in the Boer War from the city here of Birmingham. 3 memorials. Right, time to get past the Mac, by the lake, and back up the hill to the finish. Thank you, Marshall. Thank you, Marshals. I hadn't realised you don't cut back up straight up there. We're going to go loop back round the full extent of the lake, past the Elan Valley again, before heading up to the finish. Didn't quite get that in my head. Right, but we're almost there. Thank you, Marshall. Right, we're running up, back past the breakfast cafe and heading towards that finish where today, we don't need to worry if we're feeling a bit like there's a problem with the heart. There's a whole bunch of people here with CPR ability because we've actually got a CPR training session for the people as we finish. Right, let's see if the hill means we need that as we finish. Thank you. Wow, that is certainly a nasty sting as you're coming to the finish, but here it is. Thank you, guys. And basically, we run up that and then have to walk back down to get ourselves scanned in. They just let you do that for the pure fun of it. Thank you. Ewan's just coming down the finish funnel. He's finished too. I put in a bit of a blast at the end. He kept it nice and steady. How was that, Ewan?
Good.
Nice steady one, was it?
Yeah. Thank you.
Parkrun done, scanned in, warm clothes back on, and waterproofs. Time to head for breakfast. Breakfast enjoyed in the cafe just here. Nice bacon and egg sandwich. And coffee was adequate. And hot chocolate, adequate, mostly served the purpose of warming us up a bit and rehydrating us. We've got Ewan doing his photography homework now in central Birmingham, playing around with reflections. How many shots are you going to get?
30.
30 shots of reflections, so plenty of room for experimentation. So we've come down to Brummie Place? Yes, this Brummie Place area. Yeah. The canal basin anyway, and the mailbox. We're facing the madding hordes of the German market now as we wander through Birmingham. What are we off for, Ewan?
The Apple store.
Heading to the Apple store. Ewan's after his MacBook. So the end of another days of parkrun adventure. No PBs today, Ewan, no. Just a nice steady run, but you have got your reward for your BP.
Yeah.
You have your MacBook now. Time to head home on the bikes. And I think for Ewan, the afternoon is going to be spent playing with the new toy. And for me, it's in today's video. We'll see you on another little adventure soon. Bye!